Q3 Live, and if it's Tuesday, it's the Wheels in Motion show. And what we got going on here is we got exhaustion. We're ending the month. Most people don't understand the importance of that. It's important. You got new monthly bars coming out, potentially new allocations. You got a Fed day right in front of it tomorrow. So, as earnings season, we're playing pretty much mostly the gap list and things that are moving around because that's what you want to be doing is trading things that are moving. That's how you make some money. So, if you look at SPY here, you can see this doing nothing in here, really. I mean, you have to micromanage to look at it. And, monthly, yes, slightly green to the upside. And we can get to that stuff in a little bit. But just a couple examples from today. I mean, every day, if you just go through the gap list and look at 30-minute and 60-minute, I can't stress that enough. So beyond, and even on the 15-minute, this was perfect here this morning. On the 15-minute, you get this. It opens, it goes inside. So this is a 2 down because a gap down. And this is your inside bar reversal right there. Boom. So if you just go to the 30s and 60s, let's just go to 60. Here, this is a 2 down but green, so this is a 2-2 reversal right here. Right, and you can see that 201.93, and that closed out 209.73. So about $8 on that in 1 hour, but barely do anything. Then it goes shooter. Boom, reverse here below 205.61. He goes out $10 lower just on two 60-minute trades. So you can go to the 30s and you can get it here, the 2-2 reversal there, the 2-2 reversal here, right, going down and then up. So SSN season, another one. Just if you look at this, how easy is this? Down, inside bar, and back up on the 30, and I think it went up on the 62 here a little bit and then came back. This is Rev Strat 60. And so if it comes back into the range, you just get out. You just scratch the trade, no big deal. But you can see when they work, they really work. So it is earnings season, so we can take a little bit look at what's going on right now. You got Apple just came out. So Apple right now is up $7, $7.50. So if we take a look at Apple, this is what we were looking for, right? Whenever you have an outside bar here on the monthly, here, you're coming back through that range and looking to take this out. And that right here, 215.31, we've done it. Compound 3. That means if this was 1 bar, it would also be an outside bar. So as long as it was above this, obviously the earnings are coming out. That's where we were looking for. I believe we talked about that last week. Now you get it, all right? Weekly stair step in here as you're trying to get out, and then you're taking them out. So for tomorrow, you'd want to stay above 215.31. Otherwise, you come back in to the old broadening formation. So you're there right now. It's completed what we wanted to do, and then the matter is, does it keep going and start coming gunning for all-time highs? Because here's also an outside bar, which means it's a broadening formation below 206.09. So it's back into that, right? So now, if you can stay above that, then you're looking at 220, 236, and then new all-time highs on that. So we'll see what comes with that. AMD, not so fortunate. It's nicely off the lows, but like I said, there's going to be conference calls and all this kind of shenanigans going on. So AMD was at exhaustion risk. What that means is it's going into new highs, right? You prefer coming back through previous ranges so people are getting stopped out of here on the wrong side, like here. Go down, and here was your 2-2 reversal back through all these guys, right? And then here was a 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 down, boom, and back down. So now, if we go to the weekly, you'll see this. Now, inside week to the downside below 32.73, it triggers that. So now you're back through this stuff. So AMD potentially could have a little bit more trouble here come the morning. If we go to Lattice Semiconductor, LSCC, and this thing is up $1 and change. So here it sets up the 1 bar Rev Strat weaker because it tried to take the inside week to the downside up into here. Exhaustion risk on the monthly because you're going into higher highs. And on the daily, what it did, stop them out and go right through. So you'd want to stay above this 1707. You're above that now. Otherwise, you just come right back into this formation here and shop them like so. So other than that, some of the things we can go through the broader averages here in a second, but one of the things that like people are like, oh, the market's going to crash or whatever's going to happen, or stocks are going up or stocks are going down. Things have to reverse, right? When people are saying things are on the high, so they're about to crash, things have to reverse, and there's only so many ways they can do that. And so if we go to monthly charts here, and you see something like the SPY, if you're going to have a major break, Well, first of all, we're going to have a change in continuity. We know that. So we'd have to have full time frame continuity to the downside, right? That would have to happen, right? That could happen. You could gap up and go potential 3 and have that. That would get our attention. It could chop around and go inside. That would bore us, right? But we'd be aware of any full time frame continuity. But really, you'd have to take this out. If this market's really going down, you'd want to take out this month's lows, 294.33. You're nowhere near that right now, right? So what you could look for then is stocks that are close to doing that. Amazon, for one, coming out on the lows of the month. So we'll see how that goes. We can go here. Amazon going out on the lows of the month. You've got Baidu Corp's with China talks. There, Boeing is another one here too, and Boeing is once again potential to compound 3-monther. We're closer to taking out the lows, and then forming a 2-month outside pattern of this. So we're aware of that when we looked at weekly. Here, we knew this, right? And that's what you want to look for. Anything going 3. Right, and have full time frame continuity. We know where it's going. They're going to take these guys out, and then it was strong enough to take this out, which is an outside bar of all this stuff. So now on the daily and the weekly tries to come back in for now, and you got an outside bar on that. So we want to see if they can maintain that or what goes on in something like that. If you go to CP Rail also potential monthly shooter here. And coming off the all-time high. So that's when you have some problems. Like I said, exhaustion risk, but we'll see. CTXS here, also potentially having some problems for the new month. You've got W Day here, potentially having some problems, and this would be shooter counters outside bar, right, at 3-2. And then if you take that out, right, your magnitude is going to take all the way down in here, because you've got now looking the same, all right, similar. So we'll see what comes of that. And TWLO. Like so, and I believe this would still be inside month. Yes, this is going to be an inside month. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, we close them out, let them open up, and we'll see what's going on. We got Dish here already almost, I think it did get the 3-month today, didn't it? Yeah, it did. So when it starts coming back through, you can see this daily. Ooh, oh boy. Right, there you go. Inside day to the downside. That gap up and potentially through everything. So if we go to on the good side here, we got Union Pac, and this does have exhaustion risk, but you're doing this. This is how you look for the combination. You got the inside week, 3, 1, 2, right? And so if that works, it reconfirms what we knew about this. The 3, here we go. Let's blow that up a little bit. The outside month, I think this is outside, right? Yep. Outside month, that's your fractal broadening formation. You take out one side and come back here. Here's your 3-2-2. Looking to take this out. 180.02. Not quite there yet, so we're going to see if we can take that out. Should take care of business, and that's why you really want to look on these combinations. If we look at the SPY, once again, it's like you'd have to take this out next month if you're really going to get anything out of it. And I know there's regular moves during the day and blah, blah, blah. I get that. The thing is, we want these major moves, right? Like October and December and then January, all the way back up and stuff like that. So if that's going to occur, that would need to occur. If we go to QQQ, here, similar, right? Somewhat of a tight range. It wouldn't be impossible to take it out, but would have to do that if you're going to get any major move. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, the Dow Jones Diamonds, very similar. Now, the small cap's looking a little different here. Right? The small cap's looking a little different because you're still in this outside month. Right? Still in here. Right? Now you go 1, 2, which reverts to another 1 because when you can't get out of the mother bar, it's still considered consolidating. Now, if you can take that out, then we'll go try and talk to expansion up in here, which looks like this on the weekly. Here. I want to make sure you can see this very clearly. Let's get the lines out of there and redraw. So you take from here and go back to there. And you go from here and you draw there. There's your weekly small cap or triangle broadening formation. The reason you draw it like that is because this, right? I mean, this to here is an outside bar of all this. If we're a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week chart. right? Because we just understand that phenomenon exists. It doesn't have to look like any certain pattern. We know that outside bars exist, and so regardless of the time frame that the software is going to present to us, we know how to identify that right this. Now we're going from here and looking to go up here, outside bar of all this, right? As the formation grows per the name. So if we can take a look at some of the sectors too here, if we take a look at the transports, and right now inside week, but you can see the similar stuff, trying to see if we can go take this out. And the transports on the monthly here, not quite outside. So this was potential compound 3 of this. Unless you can take that out next month, you're closer to the upside. If we go to TAC and SMH and stuff like that, you can see that's nowhere near taken out on the lows of that. XLK, the same. Some of the, you look at the FAS here too, and FAS goes up here and takes it all out. I believe 82.80. 82.50 just missed, so a little bit to take that stuff out, but you're nowhere near taking that down either. One of the big laggard groups that we've been having problems with is energy, so we can take a look at that. XLE. So XLE on the monthly, it's 2-month inside pattern. Right, this is inside. Still got to get out of here. So it would be above there. It would be a compound 1 break if you can get it. If you go to the XOP, nowhere near it. And so even like today, we had a nice back 3-day coming back through the range, and that could be the start of something bigger. But on the monthly basis, still got problems over there. So on a weekly basis, you could start to turn it, and getting something like this in XOP. All right. And that would potentially start it, and you got more up in here, but it's still in trouble. If you look at like XEC and XEC on the month, you can see how are you going to turn this baby around? And so, well, the good thing is you have a new month, which means that you can have full time frame continuity back to the upside. That's important to know, because if you're going to do that, that's how it's going to start, because you remember the SPY did this in January. Here. And so at this point, we would have said, how the hell are you going to turn this around? I'm like, well, you're going to get a new month. And there you go. And the continuity changed full time frame continuity to the upside. And we knew about that. Then you finally got your signal here in February, the 212 reversal. So continuity can take this stuff over. It's just a matter of, is it going to continue, and being mindful of every new day, new 60, new week that turns back against you when you're still inside and stuff like that. But like I said, it doesn't mean it can't happen. So you go crude oil itself, ECO. A little tougher here, but let's get down in here. Here, now you see this was actually a 2-2 up, right? It's red, but it took that higher high out. So not doing too much, like I said, so we'll see. And if we do get some movement like today, you might want to take a look at old Dripper. A nice move today here. Watch this. This is good stuff. Here, and you can see the drip. The 30 minute, was it the 30 minute or the 60 minute? Drip, there you go, the 60 minute, the 3-2 reversal, puke, right there. And so a lot of good stuff in there. And so when you know this stuff that we know, that's why we stay on these things that are moving. The Beyond Meat's the things that guys may never touch. But once you simplify it that way, we know how things are happening. If things start to go against you, just get out, man. It's like, but when they work, they really work, as we've seen over and over and over again. So we got Fed Day tomorrow and the last day of the month, and then we can start to reevaluate. And so the wheels in motion is about things that are in motion. Right now, things are about to exhaust. Right, these new bars are going to show up. Granted, it's only middle of the week, but as far as reconfirming any months, let's going to get through this Fed Day. We want to see what they want to do with them on the Fed Day. So far, futures not doing much. Still grinding closer to the highs. Like I said, a little bit different with the small cappers, but we can keep an eye on that. And hopefully we get some volatility, and that's why we stay on the gappers, because we want things that are on the move. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Quant VTF here at T3 Live, the Wheels in Motion Show.